Good evening. Welcome, family, friends, honored guests to our 2021-2022 National Honor Society induction ceremony. My name is Emmanuel Caravano. I am the assistant principal for the class of 2023, and it's such a pleasure to be here before you tonight. It's unbelievable to think that it's been 2 years since I've been in front of an audience of an auditorium addressing people. It's really strange, but I'm really happy that we're here, yes. We're here tonight to honor the hard work and the achievements of our students in NHS tonight. We have pillars, and those pillars include scholarship, leadership, character, and service. I want to not only commend the students, but their family and their teachers who've worked so hard to mold them into the fine individuals that they are. What they're doing now and what they've done over this time and what they will continue to do beyond the walls of this high school will be incredible. So let us begin. At this time, I'm going to ask you to turn your attention to the back of the auditorium and acknowledge our candidates for membership into our high school's chapter of the National Honor Society as they process into the auditorium. We really hope that you enjoy this incredible evening, celebrating them and all of their accomplishments. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Suhani Jain, and as a member of this year's NHS Executive Committee, it is my pleasure to be the first to welcome the 2022 class of inductees to the National Honor Society induction ceremony. All please rise while the South Brunswick High School Concert Choir sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
I would now like to introduce the Assistant Superintendent of South Brunswick School District, Ms. Jennifer Disler.
Mr. Federer couldn't make it tonight, so I was the lucky one that got to be here in his stead. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here and part of this special night with you all. Students, you should be really proud of your hard work and the journey that you're on. Parents, as a parent of 2 former NHS students myself, I know how you must be feeling sitting here in the audience, watching your child begin to see all the accolades of their hard work and efforts. Events like tonight always remind me of the book Outliers, by Malcolm Gladwell. If you're not familiar with Outliers, in that book, Gladwell tries to convince us that success is more than just intelligence and special talents. One thing he talks about is practice. He says that in order to have the brain assimilate all that's needed to demonstrate true mastery, there needs to be 10,000 hours of practice. Favorite part in the book for me is when we see all the practice that the Beatles do to perfect what they do. Tonight, you've gotten a glimpse of the fruits of your efforts and what that feels like. Enjoy it and be proud of it. My wish for you is that, like Gladwell mentioned, you capitalize on every opportunity presented before you, and you put the time in to make you an expert. This is just the beginning of your journey, and you being here tonight is representation that you've begun your 10,000 hours of practice. Wherever your education continues, may it be filled with a plethora of learning, passion, and promise. Again, congratulations to you and to your parents. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Disler. My name is Mindy Verderami, and I am the co-advisor of the National Honor Society, along with my other co-advisor, Ms. Monique Ligori. To add to the welcome from Ms. Disler and Mr. Caravano, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank the members of the Board of Education, as well as South Brunswick administrators who are here with us tonight or who are watching online. We always appreciate your support for our students. When the National Honor Society was founded in 1921, the goal was to create an organization that would recognize and encourage academic achievement while developing other characteristics essential to citizens in a healthy democracy. For the past 101 years, the National Honor Society has enjoyed a reputation of excellence and commitment to its ideals. We are very sure that the first induction class of 1921 would be proud to stand with our candidates today. They too stood in a shadow of a global pandemic and found a way to not only persevere, but also to excel. Tonight's inductees will become part of a legacy of scholars, community activists, and leaders. 101 years ago from now, their children and their children's children will reap the benefits of a world made better through their contributions. The tenets of character, scholarship, leadership, and service remain as relevant today as they were in 1921. Indeed, these qualities are to be nurtured and prized now more than ever. It is the recognition of these characteristics in our young people and our reliance on them for the future that allows us to hope and to trust that the world will move forward with a renewed commitment to creating a productive, peaceful existence for all of its peoples. Selection to this group is seen as a validation of a candidate's capabilities and contributions to the society. Its members have proven that they are capable of strong and sustained academic performance, are able to provide leadership, are of honorable and admirable character, and are willing to use their talents and skills to benefit others. Through school and community activities, members must maintain and extend the qualities that won them this selection. Membership is thus both an honor and a commitment. As members of the National Honor Society, these students will carry the responsibility of continuing their scholastic success and being role models for everyone. All of the young men, women, and people here tonight had exhibited each behavior and have indicated their willingness to continue to serve as role models for all of us. Therefore, I am proud to present these candidates for membership to our South Brunswick High School principal, Mr. Peter Varela.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to stand before you in person, and I appreciated that applause earlier, to present this audience a very gifted group of young adults. But before we start our ceremony, I want to ask our inductees a few important questions. And I'm glad they're sitting before me instead of behind me. I want to talk a little bit about gratitude, kindness, and the simple act of saying thank you. Think about this. Aside from tonight, have you recognized someone lately for the contributions he or she has had in your life? How often do you give others genuine compliments so that you contribute to making them feel good about themselves? How have you shown kindness towards others? And finally, have you done something lately for someone else that has made a difference in their lives? As part of your induction, you were asked to invite and honor a staff member tonight who has made an impact on your life. And I thank you for doing this. We have amazing staff members in attendance, and I'm very proud of your choices. But I want each of you to do some reflective thinking about initiating recognition of your own. And let me share with you why through a very quick story. Charles Plum was a Navy jet pilot in Vietnam. On his 76th combat mission, his plane was destroyed and he parachuted into enemy territory. He was captured and spent 6 years in prison. He survived and now lectures on the lessons he learned from his experiences. He shared the following story. One day, a man approached Plum and his wife in a restaurant and said, "Are you Plum, the Navy pilot?" "Yes." "How did you know?" asked Plum. He said, "You flew jet fighters in Vietnam. You were shot down and spent 6 years as a prisoner of war." Plum responded, "How in the world did you know all of that?" The man replied, "Because I packed your parachute." Plum was amazed and grateful. He responded to the man, "If the parachute you packed hadn't worked, I wouldn't be here today. I never thought I'd have the opportunity to express my gratitude to the person who packed my parachute." Inductees, think about this. Plum realized that the sailors who packed the parachutes held the pilots' lives in their hands. And yet some of the pilots never gave them a look, never gave them a second thought. They may never have said hello to them, let alone said thanks to them. I ask you, when is the last time you thanked your parents for their support? When is the last time you thanked an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent or a brother or sister for being there for you? When is the last time you thanked a neighbor or a friend? Besides tonight, when is the last time you thanked and recognized a teacher, coach, or advisor? When filling out the NHS application and supplying supporting documents, did you realize that your success was the result of hard work and the influences and efforts of others in your life? You needed help along the way. The lessons taught by your parents and others, the resources made available to you by others. Inductees, think of giving the gift of a smile, a hug, a handwritten note, a quick phone call, an email, or the gift of time to those that have helped you along the way. As I leave the podium, I want to congratulate you on achieving the honor of being inducted into NHS. But I also want you to remember the story of Charles Plum, the Navy pilot, and the lessons learned from his experiences. And I want you to think about the important question that only you would know the answer to. Who packed your parachute?
Thank you, Mr. Varela. We have some very special thank yous ourselves we would like to extend before we continue on. I would now like to acknowledge a special group in the audience and also in the sound booth. First, Ms. Liguori and I would like to give a special thank you to Mark LaLumia, Tim Sweeney and his VTN crew, our outstanding custodial staff here at South Brunswick High School, and Aldo Aranzulo and the concert choir for coming tonight. Your help making this evening a lot more special for our inductees is very much appreciated, and thank you for your help with us putting this night together. We would also like to recognize the South Brunswick School District staff members listed in the special guest section of the program. Each inductee wrote about someone who was or who continues to be an important influence in their educational career. These individuals are teachers, counselors, paraprofessionals, administrators, coaches, advisors, just to name a few. What they have in common is their love for their students and the fact that they continue to go above and beyond to make the difference in the lives of all of us here at South Brunswick High School. Not only have these individuals made an impact on our inductees in the past, they continue to guide all of our students, even through the uncertain times that we are facing today. Please join me in recognizing these role models, the most special people to Ms. Liguori and I tonight. So special guests, if you would please stand and be recognized, and if everybody could please give them a round of applause. And thank you so much for coming tonight and honoring the inductees that you came to recognize. This year's ceremony was planned and presented by the NHS Executive Committee. This group of seniors represents the entire South Brunswick NHS membership in welcoming this year's candidates. So thank you very much for helping Ms. Liguori and myself organizing tonight as well. And so now I would like to continue on to our candle lighting ceremony, and I would like to bring back up Suhani Jain, who will begin the induction ceremony and the candle lighting ceremony.
The flame you see before you represents the spirit of the National Honor Society. It burns within each young man and woman who has been brought into membership and lights the way to decisions and actions that lead to success and enrichment for the individual and the community. Membership has to be earned by effective demonstration of the qualities that form the foundation of this organization. 4 of my fellow members will now review these qualities, beginning with Christopher Lowe.
Abigail Adams once said, "Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence." These candidates have all shown that they are willing to work and grow intellectually, which in life is always an uphill battle. But even after getting the grade and passing the class, do we still strive to learn? Attend to each new piece of knowledge you have striven to retain. Develop a love for learning, which tends to the flame of knowledge that has clearly brought you success. I would now like to ask Aditi Patel to light our next candle.
As Phillips Brooks once said, character may be manifested in the great moments, but it is made in the small ones. As we gather today to bask in the magnitude of these students' accomplishments, we must first recognize the moments that are often not seen when a student's true character really shines. Each small gesture speaks volumes for the values of kindness, respect, responsibility, honesty, and integrity that we strive for every day as National School of Character. We gather here tonight not only to distinguish those moments, but also to celebrate the great ones to come. I would now like to ask Shivani Rangaya to light the next candle.
Leadership. Leadership is much more than gaining titles. Rather, it is genuinely taking the initiative to influence and support others. Effective leaders are compassionate and understanding while also being strong and determined. These candidates lead by example in both the community and inside our own South Brunswick schools. As leaders and as new members of the National Honor Society, you have already demonstrated these qualities. As individuals and as a whole, we are called to lead, as others have done for us. Harry Truman once said, in periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. Therefore, this induction into the National Honor Society marks the beginning of a new journey as role models. I would now like to ask Jaji Caravella to light our next candle.
Service is a helping act, a contribution to the welfare of others. It can be exhibited in many ways and sometimes hidden in small but consistent acts of generosity. True service is given with sincerity, with the purpose of helping others and giving back to the community. Dedication to service provides its own satisfaction. This satisfaction will only be found in the positive reactions to your service. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Providing service to your community will not only allow you to gain a better understanding of other people, but will allow you to gain a sense of self-realization and self-appreciation. As members of the South Brunswick community, I encourage you to help others, make service your goal, and to pay the opportunities you have received forward. Now I would like to call up to the podium one of the National Honor Society advisors, Mrs. Monique Legree.
Good evening. The students being inducted tonight have been found to demonstrate each of these core qualities at an outstanding level. We are pleased to welcome them. Our executive members will read the names of the candidates as each new member comes up to receive a certificate of membership into the National Honor Society.
Hibanur Abbasi.
Amindu Abudira.
Aditya Agarwal.
Akhil Agarwala.
Rahim Ahmad.
Aditi Ajakumar.
Adrian Alphonse.
Ayush Amin.
Adesh Anand.
Aaron Anchin.
Vishnu Analuru.
Abhinav Aradi.
Karan Arora.
Shagun Aurora.
Unnati Atal.
Suvan Aurora.
Irisa Bailey.
Ziana Baker.
Mira Balaji.
Manas Bachu.
Saransh Batwe.
Adrian Bell.
Allison Benson.
Rohit Bhagat.
Sejal Bhagat.
Preeti Bardawaj.
Himani Bhatia.
Advik Bhatt.
Simran Bidet.
Kira Bajor.
Emma Boyce.
Katie Bourne.
Anirudh Brahmarutu.
Autumn Capes.
Michelle Casilli.
Chris Chada.
Hiteshi Chandre.
Etka Chandwani.
Aditri Chauhan.
Evan Chen.
Hermeher Chabra.
Jasleen Chatwal.
Aditya Chidambaram.
Tanushree Titre.
Dylan Klickner.
Anara Simone David.
Gaurav DeBroy.
Juliana Demetrius.
Aniket Deshpande.
Shanjali Dige.
Sanchita Dige.
Harshini Dinesh.
Danielle Dixon.
Gabriel Domingo.
Shreya Ivani.
Omar Osori.
Mustafa Faruqi.
Sana Fatima.
Sarah Finkelstein.
Aditri Gadigi.
Krishna Gajela.
Kaylee Galila.
Nidhi Gandhi.
Arnav Goel.
Mahati Gorthi.
Ayla Hussein.
Bhavina Inuganti.
Saketh Ipagunta.
Divya Israni.
Akshay Iyer.
Bharat Iyer.
Jay Jethva.
Rohan Giandani.
Samir Giandani.
Shaina Giorli.
Josh Joseph.
Amog Joshi.
Parth Joshi.
Nazim Junaid.
Lagana Kakaparthi.
Akshay Kamath.
Swetha Karthikeyan.
Saad Kashif.
Arushi Kashyap.
Kian Kelly.
Mehul Kajaria.
Abrar Khan.
Maisha Khan.
Mansi Khurana.
Kimberly Klinger.
Yuri Koiwa.
Advik Kote.
Ava Krasnowski.
Jalali Kumaple.
Sarah Kumar.
Varun Kumar.
Sophia Kardila.
Nicholas Kwok.
Jerry Lai.
Liba Lakansi.
Alisa Lori.
Siley Maya.
Ashley Lynn.
Nicole Liu.
Sharanya Mudiasa.
Chinmay Mayesh.
Ishan Maheshwari.
Ishan Malik.
Alexander Mandrick.
Grayson Menzino.
Diego Marcelo.
Jaina Martinez.
Nishka Mehta.
Anushri Meruva.
Joshua Milbrod.
Anweshi Mishra.
Satvik Modem.
Gayan Mohanty.
Aryan Mudalir.
Shruti Mukamala.
Elvira Munshi. The following students could not join us tonight, but we welcome them as new inductees. Winnie Chen.
Ada Glinsky.
Nashita Hafiz Mohammed.
Mai Ismail.
Amar Jadhav.
Saideep Kasipathy.
Olivia Ma.
Ishan Mukherjee.
Meenakshi Mupidi.
As we prepare to bring our newest candidates to full membership, the flame of scholarship, character, leadership, and service spread to ignite the light of responsibility to these ideals and the sense of obligation that binds together all of the National Honor Society members, past and present, and their commitment to its common goals. Inductees, please stand and light your candles. Candidates, as you take the pledge of membership, you hold the flame that is the spirit of the National Honor Society. So please recite after me your pledge to continue these ideals of NHS. I pledge to maintain my high scholastic standing. To hold as fundamental and worthy an untarnished character. To endeavor intelligently and courageously. To be a leader. And to give myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. You have now been formally accepted into the National Honor Society membership, and the flame is now within each of you, lighting the way towards your continued growth. Faculty, esteemed guests, parents, family members, and friends, we are proud to present the newest members of South Brunswick High School's chapter of the National Honor Society. Members, shouldn't call you inductees anymore because you guys are now members. You may have a seat and you may turn your candles off. I'm going to now bring up my co-advisor, Ms. Liguori, to close our ceremony.
As we close our ceremony, let us take one more look at the torch up front that represents the National Honor Society. We can't help but notice the insignia of the burning torch, the emblem of the National Honor Society. E.J. Eaton, one of the first members of the National Council, wrote as follows: "The emblem of the society is the keystone and flaming torch. The keystone bears at its base the letters CSLS, which stands for the 4 cardinal principles of its organization: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. As the keystone is placed by the builder to hold the perfect arch in perpetual stability, so the structure of our education must be held firm and true to the purposes of life by the virtues represented in the symbol. To bear forward the searching light of truth, to lead that others may follow in the light, to keep burning in our school a high ambition for the ending values of life, and to serve. The torch is a symbol of these purposes. As we conclude our ceremony, let the light of this torch continue to lead the way for these distinguished scholars as they walk on the path toward continued excellence. Tonight's induction ceremony would not be possible without the help of our executive committee and those individuals named in the special thanks section of your program. In conclusion, one final congratulations to the inductees. Despite over 2 years filled with many challenges and uncertainties, you have still maintained the high standards of South Brunswick High School and its chapter of the National Honor Society. Mrs. Veterami and I are very proud of you and wish you nothing but the very best. You deserve it. Now, if you would please stand as the SBHS Concert Choir sings the South Brunswick High School alma mater. Following the alma mater, please stay at your seat while the executive committee members lead their new peers as they recess from the auditorium.
Within these halls that bind us in friendship and in peace, each day reveals a knowledge that orders hate to cease. We ponder new creation, remembering the old, and share our pride and spirit in shades of black and gold. The world around us can become a lonely place, but with strong hearts and minds,